Be honest, doesn't this look like the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark? That's got to be what they're going for, right? I mean, two pretty big names coming together. Burial, Green Cheek, just as big as Indiana Jones himself. And this one, you know what I always say, Westie is bestie. I ride for that brand. Another brand you want to ride for is the Cowboy Revolution. I'll let you know how to get some off that. And let's see. Put the theory to the test as always. How bestie is this Westie? We'll find out together after the theme song. Welcome on back into the Upstate Studio with your showing that make two Palmetto. And yes, we know on this channel we subscribe to hashtag Westie is bestie. And this one is from two of the most bestie names in the craft game. They are very much brands you can ride with. And if you ride with a certain brand called Cowboy Revolution, head on down in the description below, click the link, and use the code NUTMEG15. That's Nutmeg15, Nutmeg15 one more time for everyone in the back. Get a 50% discount off anything from the Cowboy Revolution Apparel shop. So yes, ride with them, and I ride with Burial all day, every day, just an hour-ish north of me in Asheville, and they collab with one big name out on the West Coast, California tie-in, Green Cheek. Now, if you didn't know already, Burial has some crazy names and some crazy can art, and this one is no different, especially with such a big name like Green Cheek. So we're going to get a closer look at this can on a trip around Canada on the Shane Cam. To me, I look at this and it's very much Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Ark's on fire and the Nazis are burning and their faces are melting and all that on all that jazz. I also noticed that there's a little fedora right in the middle. The eagle's on fire, just like the eagle in that lasting imprint on the box. Very odd. There's a couple slushies on the edges of the altar, which remind me of the 450 North type of logos. It is called, of course, Stuff You Will Never Have. That's harsh. It's a West Coast style India Pale Ale. 6.8, so pretty solid, moderate number. They stole our souls. They consumed our hearts. Still they wanted more. Their trophies nearly abate the tide of emptiness. Their flag cuts like a knife through the hot air sweat. They fear no cup, their slaughter endures. An exhibition bequeathed to us by the man behind the curtain at Green Cheek Beer Company, Whirlpooled, with Mac Hops Nectaron and double dry hopped with loads of Oregon Mosaic, Nelson, Mosaic Cryo, and more Mac Hops Nectaron. Okay. And on Untapped, not a ton of check-ins, so I mean it's a collab, so you want to expect a huge amount. Listed 85 IBU, so a pretty hardy number. Those check-ins are 675 total, 629 unique, 574 unique rankings, 4.08. So noticeably over 4 between two big names. That's no surprise there. I'm pretty excited. And this is definitely a can that if I don't save, I'll just have to maybe get a coaster made from friends down in Charleston. Hopefully they're still doing that type of stuff. Wink, wink. Anyway, let's waste no more time and give our ode to One Flight Down with a shakluk. That was a pretty crisp shakluk. Hard pour it because you know where you're at. Yes, well, I was just about to say, it does look that it looks pretty clear, but as the head runs up, there's actually a pretty pronounced cloud to that. So color, I'm already starting to question a little bit, but maybe the aroma and the flavor will stack up to it. Yeah, that to me looks like a hazy pale, not a West Coast. It's kind of that lemony yellow color. The light gets through it fairly well, but it is nowhere near translucent. It very much has a diaper white head. I am, of course, using my Western North Carolina beer glass. I actually got from Oscar Blues, but there's no Oscar Blues insignia on it. Oh well. Let's get the aromatics. Alright, there is that funk fresh, green, dank aromatics. And oddly enough, and this is also throwing me off, it's claiming to be a West Coast IPA, but the prevailing note I get in the aroma is pineapple. I smell pineapple. I don't think Westy. I think hazy tropical. It does smell delicious, though. I don't want to, you know, dump on the beer at all because it does smell delicious, but it smells like pineapple. And that, like, whatever that funk, floral, grassy, herbalness was, it's, like, completely gone. The pineapple's just taken over everything. So, I don't know if this is going to wind up tasting like a Westy, but there is only one way to find out. Cheers. Alright. It does taste like a Westy. That is for sure. There's a strong, piney, sharp, hop forward, very green, still fresh. This is maybe a couple months old at the time I'm shooting this. It still tastes pretty fresh. It tastes pretty green. It tastes very dank and very floral and a touch bit piney. So the flavor stacks up to a Westy. What Westy? What's a Westy? A Westy. Now, why the color has a bit more of a cloud to it, and the aroma smells like a juicy, fruity pineapple drink on the beach, I don't know. But if all you care about is the flavor, that's dead nuts a Westy. Absolutely. It's delicious all the way around. It's a little bit, I guess it's got a little bit of an identity crisis here. But if the flavor is what counts, the flavor is a Westy. Spot on. Very, very good. Very excellent beer. It's just a little bit of a mind screw. But as long as you're not too particular about that, it's still very, very good. Very, very tasty. And it's honestly pretty light. Yeah, despite that piney floral quality, it's still a pretty darn light and pretty easy to crush. Very, very good. Shout out to Burial, great brewery. Shout out to Green Cheek, amazing brewery on the West Coast. I only had 1 or 2 beers from them. No more than 2, but maybe possibly just 1. But very, very good. Definitely need some more Green Cheek in my life. And if you need some more Cowboys in your life, head on down to the description below. Click the link. Use code NUTMEG15, NUTMEG15, NUTMEG15 for everyone in the back. You get a 15% discount off anything from Cowboy Revolution. Cheers, friends. This is stuff you can definitely have. See you next time.